So after spending the entire day with this 2001 Ferrari 360, we've concluded that we like it a lot.
Great value for what it is, but 15-year-old Italian engineering has its shortcomings. So here are a few things that we really don't like about this car.
So right off the bat, the sticky button problem hasn't gone away yet.
It's bad.
We know about it on the 355s. Fortunately, our car has been reconditioned, but the reconditioning process is still really expensive.
So this sticky button, over the years of use, they just, all these buttons, all the black parts, the door handles, the e-brakes,
something about the coating,
they accumulate this nasty, just sticky.
You can't really get rid of it without going through the whole thing and redoing all of them. So there are services that do it, but it'd really be nice if you didn't have to spend $2-3 grand right off the bat.
It costs thousands of dollars to recondition them, and you can't really live with them because they're completely nasty and your hands get all gooey. So that's one thing that really sucks about this era of Ferraris.
Another thing that I noticed fairly early on, the first time I was driving it, the engine noise kind of bothered me. The exhaust,
while it sounds good and Ferrari-like,
not perfect.
Lower in the RPMs,
you'll find the exhaust note, I think it's pretty great.
Yeah, just something about it, you'll kind of hear it. When you get up higher in the RPMs, it sounds perfect. It sounds really good. But like on decel or, I don't know, it doesn't sound like anything
low RPM, kind of coming away from a stoplight.
I would love to have some hops or something, or just some really mean deceleration, but it's just kind of raspy and, you know, kind of okay. But higher in the RPMs, great. So that, or just get an aftermarket exhaust for it. That would obviously fix your problem. So we don't necessarily hate it, but it's just something that's not perfect. Well, us coming from a 355, that may be a little different. We have that kind of F1 sound, whereas this does not have it. They changed it, so that's another thing. Next up is the F1 system. Now you've heard us say, well, overall we like the system, and that's very true. It's, for its age, it does quite well, and given that our 355 just had a complete refresh of the clutch, seals, sensors, everything, it's right now in like perfect condition for what the system is. This 360, it has some miles on it, so it's fine, but it's a little more used, you can tell, and it's rough around the edges, kind of just in general, the F1 system.
I can't help but kind of notice it and think about it when I'm driving. It's
start out, you can hear the clutch slipping quite a bit, going reverse up a hill or any hill up for that matter. It's just
not that we did that, but
chew up your clutch. So, and the shifts, that's the other thing, they're not that quick at lower RPMs, which may be fine for you because it's a smoother shift. But higher in the RPMs, it does shift quite fast, which is nice. It does give you a big jolt, so if you don't like spinal damage, then this car's probably not for you. But it does shift quicker up there. So overall, it's a decent system, but it's not something we love. A dual clutch, geez, that would be very nice in this car. But the older system and the big bang it gives you when you shift, it's something to go along the car, like the first generation Gallardo, that E-gear bang snap in your back. That's just how it goes. So not the greatest, but it works, so just something to note. And another thing to look out for, especially when you're buying one of these cars, is Ferraris from this era, the leather shrinkage can be quite bad. Luckily this car is weathered pretty well, but you can see there's a separation between the air vent here and the leather. It's just as it heats up and as the years go by, it slowly starts to tug away from where it's supposed to be. So you can see it up there, there's a big gap there. So, and you can see it here, it's starting to waffle a little bit and become a little wavy. So definitely something you want to watch out for when you're buying a car, but it's just something that happens. So that's another thing that you don't quite like about this car for sure.
And lastly, I think a lot of you guys saw this coming. The door handles are a problem. It's real and it's annoying. And those that I want to open the door, it cracks the window, a little tip down feature, but
you've heard Rob Ferretti talk about it all the time. The doors, literally, it's happened on that door multiple times, and now it's broken on this door. He can't get out, so I have to come around and open the door for him. and sometimes it can get really bad where both fail and you have to climb through the top like Rob Ferrari did. Yeah, so it's a pretty big design flaw. I don't know, it's a really known problem on the 360s, and it's kind of a pain. You saw me, I just had to go walk around to go get it. And to fix it, of course, it costs a lot of money. Ferrari parts, Ferrari labor.
Deal with it for a bit, roll the window down, reach around, convince your girlfriend that you're just getting the door for her every time, something like that.
Yeah, so definitely something that, okay, that we really do hate. That's just really a pain in the butt.
So overall, what it comes down to for me, I think, is that Ferraris aren't expecting there to be 150, 200,000 miles put on their cars. So that way they can kind of get away with a little lesser build quality on some things.
Yeah, so little things will break here and there earlier because that's what, they weren't designed to go the long haul as much. But overall, there you have it. There's our little list. Very small complaints, and they weren't even that big of complaints, but it's just some things that we wanted to note on the car for you guys out there viewing. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out our other videos with this car, that car, all of our other cars. Good stuff. Yeah. And we'll see you here in the next one. Yeah. See ya.
Say that it feels right.